Hello again, everybody! Zacatech is here with my TNA Impact Wrestling review for the night, Thursday, March 14th, 2013. Of course, we have the aftermath of TNA's Lockdown pay-per-view. But more importantly tonight, it was the first TNA Impact to permanently be on the road. Of course, it was live from Chicago tonight. So that means next week it'll be taped from Chicago. That's what they're doing. Like every other week it'll be live, and 1 week will be taped. Like live this week, tape next week for Chicago. Then when they're in the next city, I think it's in Jonesboro, Arkansas, live on the 28th. Then it'll be taped the next week. So that's what they're going to do with this live schedule. And they have some kinks to work out. You know, there's some technical glitches. Mike botched a little. They thought that the Bellator special was supposed to be on after Impact, but it's not until 11. Of course, no live Bellator tonight. But anyway, there was some technical glitches with the mics, doing James Storm's promo. So there's some glitches to work out when it comes to putting on a live production every week. Every other week being live. But the crowd tonight, I knew the crowd would be way better than the Impact Zone. Boy, were they. Great crowd tonight in Chicago. I'm looking forward to another great crowd. I think it's going to be the same crowd because, like I said, there did be 2 episodes of the same night. So it'll be the same crowd. So hopefully the same crowd won't be as tired out from this taping to go to next taping for next week. So, there you go. Great crowd in Chicago to kick off the permanent taping of Impact on the road. And let's kick off Impact with, well, it was supposed to be a tag team title match. It'll be involving the still current WWE, did I say WWE? Sorry. There was some WWE type chants tonight, which I'll get to in a moment. I'd see some WWE shots too. Anyway, the TNA World Tag Team Champions, Team Egos. Of course, I'm referring to Bobby Roode, whose contract is maybe not renewed, but still in the company. Teaming up with Austin Aries. They were supposed to team up against Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez, 2 guys who had a chance to win the titles this past Sunday in a triple threat tag team match and didn't get to win. But for whatever reason, they were attacked by Aces and Eights, whether it's to preserve Bobby Roode's contract dispute still, trying to solve it before he wrestles again on television. Maybe that's why they were attacked, but whether it was purpose or not, whether it's backstage stuff, why they were attacked to prevent the match from happening because of Roode's contract dispute still going on. We did see Roode eventually, but anyway, Aces and Eights came out, beat the crap out of Chavo Hernandez, preventing this match from happening. And Devon basically came on the mic saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the new TNA World Champion, of course, our president, Bully Ray." It's weird to say the president. You know, some people thought Bully Ray was going to turn heel. I thought Bully Ray was going to turn heel before his match against Hardy. So I was like, face against face? Now, no one would have heck was sucking for the Bully Ray Hardy match. And now, Bully Ray turned heel during the match, of course, making himself a member of Aces and Eights and reuniting in some way, shape, or form with, of course, Devon, Team PD, Dudley Boys back together again. And like I said, a different manner with them being both involved in Aces and Eights. Of course, Bully Ray said, "I am the champion. Do you know who I am? I'm the guy that basically used Hulk Hogan, fucked his wife, fucked his daughter, my wife. So I ruined the company, and there was some decent cheers somewhat. And I'm surprised they didn't throw any trash again tonight. I think they were planted. The guys who threw the trash at the cage when the turn happened for Bully Ray on Sunday, I think they were planted fans who were purposely throwing trash in the ring. Kind of like NWO all over again, which Bully Ray did mention. The Aces and Eights is bigger than the NWO. So, it's an okay problem for Bully Ray saying, "Hogan, you don't have the balls to fire us. Fire us! We don't care. Fire us, damn it!" So we'll see if Hogan would have the balls to fire Aces and Eights or not, taking the easy way out. And of course, Sting was, I hate to admit this, but Sting is, when it comes to the storyline, Sting is mostly to blame for feeding into Hogan's head that he could trust Bully Ray. That Bully Ray is a trustworthy guy and stuff, and Hogan saw through Bully Ray from the get-go. He knew Bully Ray was trouble. He knew that Bully Ray was going to screw with Hogan no matter what down the line. But Sting made him believe that Bully Ray was a trustworthy guy. You can believe in him. Believe in Bully Ray. Well, believe you got screwed, Hulk Hogan, when it comes to the storyline of getting screwed by Bully Ray, getting used by him. So let's see what Hogan's going to do about that. What you going to do, Hogan, with Aces and Eights? Take over Impact all over you. That's all I got to say about that situation. We see Ace and Eights throughout the evening. Basically, it was kind of like an Ace and Eights night. It's in celebration mode. Bully Ray being the new president of Ace and Eights and being the new TNA champion. We'll see how it lasts. You know, like D'Lo being VP. D'Lo being VP is bad enough, but now Bully Ray's president. We'll see how that goes. See if it's the end of Ace and Eights or not. Now on to our first real match after the tag match for the tag titles got ended. We had a Knockouts tag with Mickie James. Man, where the hell has she been? Teaming up with the TNA Knockouts champion, Velvet Sky, against Gail Kim and Tara. Now, Gail Kim had some much-needed vendetta over Taryn Terrell, who got a little bit too physically involved in the Knockouts title match this past Sunday at the pay-per-view, with Taryn spearing the hell out of Gail after months and months of being taunted by Gail and whatever. Apparently, Taryn may be a wrestler eventually, but Brooke's still distraught over the whole Bully Ray thing to focus on any Knockouts business. Basically, taking personal family business away from the wrestling business for now. Brooke is saying that she laid Miss Taryn under probation. I mean, she can't do anything, or basically she may be out. Well, let's see how the probation lasts after what happened during this match. It was an okay tag match. Very long match, despite Bruce Pritchard's claim on not having much women wrestling. So here you go, Bruce Pritchard. A decent, decent Knockouts tag match. So Mickie and Velvet were really dominating over the early part of the matchup. Very strong with some great double team moves. But indeed, Tara and Gail Kim found their way to get back in the match with some little backstage shenanigans, with off-ring shenanigans. Jesse was at ringside with Tara. He didn't get too involved, surprisingly. So indeed, Velvet and Gail were taking control, isolating Mickie and Dakota. And then Mickie struck back with some Hurricane Runners. And they got the tag to Velvet as Tara got in. And indeed, Velvet and Tara were on each other. And Gail and Taryn were having their problems as Velvet was taking control of the matchup for her team. Gail, despite the whole probation thing on Taryn, basically provoked Taryn, saying, "You can't do anything to me against your probation." Slapped the hell out of Taryn, saying, "You can't do anything." Well, basically, she shoved her down. And Taryn, despite the probation, slapped the hell out of Gail. And with that distraction, Velvet got the in your face on Tara after Tara delivering the widow's peak on Mickie James. After that slap from Taryn, and Taryn had a quick count. 1, 2, 3, kind of a quick count, with Velvet delivering the in-your-face quick count for Taryn for the victory for Velvet and Mickie James. Hopefully Mickie James comes back. I haven't seen Mickie in a while. I hope they use her a lot more than they have in the last couple months. So there you go. Velvet and Mickie with a little help from Taryn getting a little bit physically involved again, despite her probation handed to her by Brooke. Got the victory. We'll see if Taryn, like I said, maybe a segue for Taryn becoming a full-time wrestler instead of a referee for the Knockouts. So there we go. Now, with our next situation, a segment involving Sting. He wanted Bully Ray. He wanted his hands. He wanted to get his hands all over Bully Ray. But I think Hogan didn't trust Sting now because basically, like I said, Sting's basically to blame for all this because Sting planted the seed of believing in Bully Ray in Hogan's head. And Hogan believed Sting to believe in Bully Ray. And of course, Hogan felt betrayed by Bully and betrayed by Sting for letting him to believe that Bully Ray was the good guy when Hogan knew in his heart that Bully Ray was going to stab him in the back eventually. So Sting wanted to fight. And since we didn't see a tag team title match, one half of the tag champs would have to face off against Sting. It would be Austin Aries. Like I said, Bobby Roode kind of backed out because, like I said, I think they have to settle his contract first before Bobby Roode can wrestle again. But Bobby said, "Bobby, you can wrestle at the pay-per-view, but until this contract dispute's handled, you cannot wrestle on television." So Aries will take on Sting in our main event this evening. Till then, on with a lockdown rematch involving Rob Terry and Robbie E. Mostly a squasher. Robbie E trying to punch Terry to no avail. Like, Terry didn't even flinch to all of Robbie E's chances. And basically, like I said, I said there was a WWE type chance near the end of the match. Robbie Terry was dominating over Robbie E, you could kind of hear this chant going on. Feed me more! Feed me more! That was funny, a Ryback chant. Kind of think Rob Terry is kind of like Ryback in TNA. Because he just beat the crap out of Robbie E. Delivering with his finishing maneuver. 1, 2, 3. The Beast, Rob Terry, gets the victory over Robbie E in quick fashion. And that was funny with some Feed Me More. That was funny. That was funny, them chanting Feed Me More. That was funny. This is Chicago, after all. Anyway, Chicago's always a good crowd. No matter if it's a WWE show or TNA show, Chicago crowd's a decent crowd. Now, on with our next situation. We were hoping to see AJ Styles. Now, AJ Styles was claiming to make a comeback tonight after a few months off with this whole little scenario of him and his breakdown, growing his hair out and growing a 5 o'clock shadow. And as AJ was scheduled to come out, his music hit, he didn't come out. Yeah, but I knew he was going to come out some way in this segment, which led into a match. With AJ not coming out, here comes Bad Influence's music. Cause Kaz and Daniels coming out in full on what a rush. Or in Daniels' case, what a tush. With the Legion of Boom, Legion of Doom parody with the face paint and the tights. All they needed was the spikes. That was kind of weird that they had the whole gimmick down, but all they needed was the spikes. That's the only thing they were missing, the spikes. I've said this all along, Kaz and Daniels are gray heels. And one way to piss off Chicago than to dress up and kind of mimic Chicago's own favorite tag team of all time, the Legion of Doom. They're probably not allowed to say Legion of Doom because of WWE's copyright trademarked. That's why they probably had Legion of Boom on it, but it could still use the face paint. And the fake hair on Daniels' head. All the way, even did the, well, kind of made fun of Hawk in his speaking style. And did say that AJ Styles is too pussy to come out, blah, 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 blah. And Kaz and Daniels was kind of, like I said, mimicking Legion of Doom. In their case, they were making tribute to him, but in many other fans' case, they're kind of like making fun of him. But it was a kind of a decent, fun joke. You know, hey, take a joke, people. You know what I mean? Hey, I love Legion of Doom, but can't help to laugh at it. You know, they're great heels. Anyway, as Kaz and Daniels were, of course, spinning on the legacy of Legion of Doom in many people's eyes, here comes James Storm, coming off his TNA victory, his Team TNA victory at Lockdown, Lethal Lockdown, beating Team Ace and Eights. Storm wanted to fight, so he decided to beat the crap out of one of the members of Bad Influence. And the victim of the night was Daniels. So Daniels would be the one to be the whipping horse for Mr. Storm. And Storm kind of dominated early on. Of course, Daniels did, with a little help from, I think Kaz got a little bit involved, but not exactly, but I'm surprised Kaz didn't get involved that much. But anyway, Storm had the closing time move. He was ready to go for the last call super kick. But Daniels tried to go his own move. He ready to nail the BME. He kind of missed that. But after a second closing time move, Storm got the pin and the win. So Storm was victorious, but he was beaten down by Kaz and Daniels. And I told you AJ Styles would come out somehow during this segment or match. And here comes AJ. Apparently to save Storm's ass. Well, he beat the crap out of Kaz first, and Daniels ran off. And as Storm and AJ were standing tall, AJ clotheslined the hell out of James Storm. Now, Mike today claims to be the professor and all, claims to be like the memory guy. He said, why did AJ do that? Why did he clothesline Storm? What's the cause of this? What was that all about? Well, Mike today, if you are the so-called professor, you would know why AJ did that instead of questioning it. AJ was pinned by James Storm during that Fatal 4-Way match a few months back at, I think it was it Sacrifice? Anyway, it was the pay-per-view before Final Resolution when he got pinned to Daniels, and that kind of set him further down, but before that match, he got pinned by Storm. That kind of caused him, whether Storm purposely did or not, causing AJ to not get another title shot until Bound for Glory. So AJ basically turned heel tonight. And it was AJ's turning point when AJ got pinned by Storm. So AJ's been gone for a while. He never really vented on Storm. You know, he tried to play the old good guy. But of course, after that promo after Final Resolution, saying no more Mr. Nice Guy, no more company guy, AJ is indeed no more Mr. Nice Guy. He may be an Ace and Ace, but we don't know yet. I thought he was talking to some Ace and Ace guy last week. It looked like he was talking, if you watched that clip last week when they were calling AJ outside of a bar in Atlanta, he was talking to a guy and it looked like he was wearing an Ace and Ace vest. Time will tell on that. So AJ Styles returns tonight and turns heel, as we kind of knew he was going to do, and beats the crap out of Team Storm. And I cannot believe I out-professored the Professor. I knew he was trying to purposely hype it up. He purposely did not know why AJ did what he did, but he should have known why AJ did it to Storm. Why AJ turned on Storm, because hey, Storm pinned AJ at Turning Point to prevent AJ from getting a title shot. And AJ's been mad about it, and now he's finally getting revenge on Storm. Expect the match between them two down the line. May not be for a while, because the next pay-per-view won't be till June. And hopefully TNA can properly promote Slammiversary and hype it up better than they did in Lockdown. They had a lot of time to hype up Lockdown, but the hype wasn't there. And Slammiversary will be in Boston. So hopefully with this amount of time, yet again, in between pay-per-views, with the exception of the one-night-only specials, hopefully it'll give TNA enough time to really properly hype Slammiversary. Now, AJ returns, turns heel. Now on with our next situation. With Joseph Paul coming out, where's Abyss? I'll give the guy Abyss / Joseph Paul a lot of credit for his good acting on pretending to be a shitty wrestler. Joseph Paul saying he's from Chicago, good to be in Chicago, saying that he loved being at the Cubs games, the Blackhawks games, but nothing compares to being in a TNA ring in Chicago. What about being at the Bears games? Anyway, Joseph Paul was, of course, walking out about being in Chicago, blah, 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 blah. And he was interrupted by Matt Morgan. Of course, Joseph Paul beat the crap out of Matt Morgan's tchotchke, Joey Ryan, on Sunday. And of course, Morgan has been on a vendetta to beat the crap out of everything that Hogan made on a crusade against Hulk Hogan. Unscrewing him, demoting him, pushing him down the ladder, sending him to the bottom of the barrel, blah, 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 blah. And Morgan wanted a piece of Joseph Park, and Park wanted a piece of Morgan, and Morgan's like, I don't want to do it on your time, but my time. Morgan kind of flinched and gave him a carbon footprint for his measure, and he said, my time is next week. So next week, we met Morgan taking on Joseph Park. So there you go, that match was made after that segment. Now open up main event of the evening. Sting, in an angry, violent rage, following the screwing betrayal of Bully Ray, taking on Austin Aries to vent out his frustration. Because I mentioned that match was made backstage. So Sting dominated the early half of the matchup, beating crap out of Aries all around the ring, even outside the ring, laying him on the guardrail. But that guardrail became a weapon on Aries' case, as Aries, with a little help from Wood, got the advantage later in the matchup. But despite that little advantage, Aries' partner, Wood, got sent to the back. So with no partner, Aries tried to fight back, even doing a big splash onto the middle rope. It dominated over Sting, like I said, the later half of this matchup. But even Austin Aries made fun of Sting. He did the Sting, woo! Ow! Right, doing a Sting scream. He even tried to do Sting's own finisher, the Scorpion Deathlock. But despite that, Sting, of course, Sting to back up and was ready to dominate all over Aries and get the victory. But just as Sting was getting back up and starting to fight back on Aries, here comes Aces and Eights to beat the crap out of Sting, ruining the main event. Like I said, it's been an Ace and Eights night. They even attacked Kurt Angle in the back. Angle wanted a piece of Ace and Eights. I forgot to mention that segment with Angle going backstage when he got attacked by Ace and Eights. After Ace and Eights says, we're going to target the first person we see on this program. Apparently, Angle was the first one they saw on the TNA program. So they beat the crap out of Angle. And then, of course, they beat the crap out of Sting to interfere in the main event. And, of course, Billy Ray once again called out Hulk Hogan saying, "You don't have the balls to fire us!" Boom, 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 boom. So Hulk Hogan came out, crutches and all, and saying, like I said, easy way out is to get fired. But Hogan wants, of course, revenge. He wants Ace and Eight to stay so he can basically have the rest of the TNA roster unite and beat the crap out of Ace and Eight. Well, that's what Hogan did. He decided to unite the TNA roster and have every man, he said women, but there was not a lot of women coming out, to attack Ace and Eight. So, led by the former TNA World Champion Jeff Hardy, the entire TNA locker room, most of the men, Joe, Magnus, Angle, they all came out to beat up Ace and Eight in a brawl that ended Impact, with Ace and Eight standing tall. Despite an early rally from the TNA roster, Ace and Eight, of course, got the advantage in the ball, beat the crap out of all the TNA roster, as we end TNA Impact with a stare down between Bully Ray and his, well, soon-to-be probably former father-in-law, Hulk Hogan, saying, "What are you going to do now? Your cavalry's dead." That's how we end Impact, with an Ace and Eight TNA brawl, with Ace and Eight standing tall. Of course, when Ace and Eight, you're with Ace and Eight, you ride alone. You don't ride alone. And it's cool to hear the theme song has words now. It's been all instrumental, but now they got words in the song now. Anyway, that's kind of weird, that scene. So that's how we end Impact after lockdown. Of course, the first one permanently taping outside the Impact Zone. And I've said it all along, despite TNA's not being big enough to do this type of thing every week, I knew it was going to be great crowd-wise, because you saw the London shows were good, and once again it proved my point. My point was proven with a great crowd in Chicago tonight, especially with some funny chants with "Feed Me More" during Rob Terry's match. That was probably one of the funniest moments of the night. So there you go. That is my TNA Impact Wrestling review for the night in Chicago. Thank you all very much for watching. With that in mind, you've all been attacked by the review from Zach. See you later, everybody. Have a good night. And happy St. Patty's Day on Sunday. Yeah.